Okay, here we go. Page 321. So, this is a continuation. We can just scroll down to the bottom of word problems. All right, except now they're using functional notation. So, in this unit, because we haven't done, like the next unit is all about how to sketch a graph. So, in this unit, I'm either going to ask you to fill out a table of values or I'll give you the graph that you have to answer questions on. Okay, the next unit, we learn how to sketch the graph without doing a table of values. So, we have a candle. It melts according to this formula. So notice, what do you think the H stands for? Height. It's the height of the candle. And T is time in hours. Which one goes on the x-axis? H or T? Time. Time is the, what do you call it if it's on the x-axis? Independent or dependent? Independent. So time in hours and the height in centimeters is up here. All right, I will sketch the graph for you. So that's at 12. Boom. That is at 6. That's what the graph looks like. Why do you think the height, why do you think the graph goes like that? Why is it going down? Sorry?
As time progresses, the candle gets shorter.
Exactly. You burn a candle, it goes down. It doesn't grow. That'd be interesting if it did, but okay. So, this case, you can't really, like, there's no other values. We just made up where 12 and 6 are. All right. So the graph just gives us a general idea of what's happening. So if I ask for h of 5, what am I actually asking here? What does the 5 represent? Sorry? Exactly. So this is your time because it's in the brackets. It's like your x value, but in this example, that is time. And where do you put whatever's in brackets when you have a formula? Where does it go? If this is our formula, where would I put the 5? In for x, which in this case would be t, right? So h of, why are we not working? Okay, what's going on? There we go. So h, oh my gosh. H of 5 is negative 2 times 5 plus 12. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10 plus 12 is 2. I guess I should do that. So 2 centimeters. So how would you write that in words? What would it mean? What would you write? What does this represent?
In 5 hours, the candle has burnt to the height of 2 centimeters.
That's it. After 5 hours, candle is 2 centimeters tall. That's all it means. Okay. Tell me what each of these values is and what they mean. So, h of 0. What does the 0 represent? The start, because it's t is equal to 0. Time is 0. So that number, what is that number, h of 0 then? It's 12, right? It's this right here. It's the y-intercept, which means the initial height is 12 centimeters. Okay. Looking at the graph, what does h of 6 represent in terms of the height of the candle or the time or whatever? Candle's gone, right? After 6 hours, we hit the x-axis, which means our height is 0. Candle gone. No more. And what about h of 8? Does that even make sense? It makes no sense because 8 would be out here, which would give you a negative value. And in fact, if you put it into the equation, you get that, which is negative 16 plus 12, which is negative 4. Can't have a negative height. It doesn't make any sense. All right? So mathematically, you can still do it, but in terms of real world applications, it doesn't make any sense. So you would never actually evaluate that. All right. E. How long will it take for the candle to burn down to a height of 7 centimeters? What am I going to do to solve this? What am I trying to figure out? I want the time, right? So if my equation is this, and I want to solve for time, 7 centimeters must be what h is. So you're going to have 7 is equal to negative 2t plus 12. And then it's an algebra problem. How do I solve for time? What do I have to move? Move the 12. So you're going to subtract it, right? What's 7 minus 12? So again, negative 5 is equal to negative 2t. What do I do with the negative 2? Divide it off. What's negative 5 divided by negative 2? 2.5. So that means after 2.5 hours, the candle will be at a height of 7 centimeters. And the final thing, what's an appropriate domain and range for the function? So domain is the x values, in this case time, right? So look at the x-axis. What is the lowest x value if you look at the x-axis? 0, right? That's the beginning. So time is 0. What's the highest that would make any sense? 6, right? Because that's when the candle's gone. Do you include both those numbers? So square brackets. What's the range? Zero and 12. There you go. That's it. Okay. Is that okay for everybody? All right. I'm only giving you 2 questions to do. All right. They're going to be 1 and 2. I'll show you what the graphs look like. The graph for 1 looks like this. That's a 2. Goes like that. Negative 6 over 5. This is time in days, and this is height in centimeters. That's the graph for number 1. And by the end of the next unit, you will know how to graph that without doing a table of values. And for number 2, graph looks like this. Zoom in. 11750. This is number of calculators And this is the cost in dollars. And the graph looks like that. Okay, answer those two questions, and then we'll move on to the last lesson of the unit.